There are many challenges and struggles which every CA final student under the new scheme is facing. And by the way, watch this video till the end. Exactly, I will guide you how to plan your CA final exams. It may be November attempt or that later attempts, whoever is eligible for CA final now onwards, must watch this video. The biggest challenge comes here is in deciding which one I should write, which group I should write. I think many students after this May 24 results, they were in dilemma. Should I go with group 1 or group 2 or both the groups? Like, should I go with a single group or both the groups? If I go with single group, should I go with group 1 or group 2? Here, the deciding factor is IBS paper, Integrated Business Study. This IBS paper is something, is a combination of 7 papers actually. It is a combination of 7 papers. It is exam of the exams. It is exam of the exams, paper of the papers. Like, only if a student has a decent knowledge of all the 7 papers. What are they? FR, AFM, Audit, DT, IDT, Law, Strategic Cost Management, SEMP, nothing but. Only if a student has a decent knowledge of all these 7 papers, only he can perform well in the IBS paper. You know, to make this video is, to give a preparation strategy for CA final students as a whole. Maybe if at all you ask me, sir, how to prepare audit for November attempt for CA final, that preparation strategy, what are the chapters you can ignore, that's quite easy for me. But as a whole group point of view, as a whole CA final point of view, making a strategy video is extremely complicated because there are so many connections out there within this. Like now, the problem which many CA final students are facing is with IBS paper. In the recent result also, I think every one of you would have realized the fact that ICAI will not restrict the pass percentage. I am telling this from past 4 years. You can see in multiple videos I would have told ICAI will never restrict pass percentage. Number of students qualified divided by number of students appeared is equal to the percentage. If at all ICA restricts the percentage, how come 37% comes in the recent May 24 for group 2? The reason is, in the recent May 24 attempt to group 2, predominant number of students are from old scheme. That to who? Those who already got exemption in optional paper. Many students in the old scheme, they have got exemption in optional paper. In the new scheme, they only left with 2 papers. One is DT and IDT. And they just studied both the papers very well and they attempted very well, and the result is reflected in pass percentage. Many foolishly think that ICA has increased pass percentage. No, they don't increase, they won't decrease. They don't touch first of all. I agree, in valuation there are some loopholes for that. There are some candidates who are supposed to pass but they failed. There are some candidates who are supposed to fail, they passed, they qualified. That risk is always there, not now. It's there from the beginning of the ICA itself, probably I can say. In the past 10 years, this risk is always there, and this risk will be there in the future also. But this is one proof that ICA will not restrict the pass percentage, because many old scheme students who has exemption in IBS paper, they qualified, majority of them, with just 2 papers. Getting it? But the November exam is what the challenging thing for the, and mostly the challenge is for not even old scheme, like those who are first time writing exam in the May or first time who are going to write in the November. For them, I can say real challenges. Real challenge for them is this November is going to be a real challenging paper. This how to attempt this IBS paper. Unless a student has knowledge of 7 papers, a decent knowledge of 7 papers, he cannot attempt. Like some students, I heard, sir, this November attempt I will write only group 2, sir. I will straight away tell them, no, don't do that. How come you do group 2? IBS paper is there. Unless you have knowledge of, okay, in 7, no, DT, IDT, you are understanding, you are in your reading, you'll have a knowledge, expert knowledge. What about remaining 5 papers? You don't know anything about remaining 5 papers. How do you think you can qualify IBS paper? And what I heard from students is IBS paper 40 marks is for MCQ and 60 marks is of descriptive. And in the recent May 2024, in IBS paper, 20 to 24 marks approximately came from auditing. Since it's audit subject, some students communicated with 20 to 24 marks came only from audit. Suppose if you are only a group 2 student planning for November attempt, If at all you already cleared group 1 and planning group 2 November, you are fine because you already have a knowledge of group 1. But those without having a knowledge of group 1, without even taking coaching of group 1, directly planning to attempt group 2, it's a foolish choice. You are risking like anything. So if at all you are planning to write single group for the November attempt, where both the groups are pending for you, first plan group 1. First. No choice. You can't have choice here. You have to plan group 1 for sure. You can't go for group 2, group 1 or group 2. That question, that dilemma also not required. Group 1 straight away. Because only when you have a thorough knowledge of group 1, you can attempt IBS paper in the group 2 perfectly. Otherwise, I'm telling you, you are risking and you're going to fail. Fine. So, if at all you are in dilemma, which group to write? If at all you are planning for a single group, which group to write? Obviously, group 1. I think this dilemma I answered. Suppose, now another dilemma, sir, can I go only with group 1 or can I go to both the groups directly? Like only single group 1 should I go or both the groups can I? You have 4 months of time. I'm doing this video on 14th of July, Sunday. So August 14, September 14, October 14, November 1st. It means 3.5 months only you are having time. 3.5 months you are having time. See, when you fail in exam or even when you qualify also, it doesn't matter. For me, I don't look at the student result. I don't judge a student based on the result. If a student is successful in the exam, I don't say that he's brilliant, whatever he did is right. And if a student is unsuccessful in exam, I don't say that he's completely did wrong. Some students, even though they followed right processes, everything, sometimes very rare cases, I'm telling you, it's a very rare cases, bad luck. Some students, though they followed all the shortcuts and all, luck is there for them, they qualified. But 99% of the students, except that 1%, 99% of the students, they deserve whatever the result they are getting. Some of them are very good at process, everything, but while when it comes to ultimate exam, they were tensed, they could not perform well. Getting it? So very simple. If at all, see, this is what exactly 3.5 months is what you're having time. I can say probably you are having 105 days time, but not 105 completely. You need to keep a margin of 20 days because October month is a festival month. September is a festivals month. So obviously, even if you are ready to work on Sundays, but on festivals, definitely some disturbance will be there. So you are having 85 hours multiplied by 10 hours productively. 10 hours productively, you are having 850 hours of time. What you are left with is 850 hours of time for CA final November 2024 calculated from July 15th onwards. Assuming 20 days margin is there. So within this 850 hours of time, what you can do? I don't know how many of you have already completed coaching classes. I don't know how many of you are first timers for the November attempt or repeaters for the November attempt. For repeaters, I think I can say 850 hours is enough for both the groups, for repeaters. But those who are writing for the first time in the November, this 850 hours is not at all sufficient. By the way, here I want to categorize you into 2 categories. I want to categorize students into 2 categories. Like for example, a student, like for example, these are the combinations I can give. Completed coaching, not completed coaching. For example, a student who has not completed coaching probably is doing self-preparation or planning to attend coaching classes. You are planning to attend coaching classes. For example, not completed coaching also includes those students who went to some coaching classes but not at all satisfied with the classes, or where in that coaching classes they did not listen properly or somehow they were not okay with that classes. So you also come under not completed coaching classes. You must straight away stick to only one group. No more discussion. Don't risk. It is always better. To qualify in one group rather failing in both the groups. It is always better to qualify in one group rather failing in both the groups. Suppose you already completed coaching for both the groups, whatever subjects you desired of coaching, like some students, they might decide like, okay, audit, I will do self-preparation. But remaining 4, I think they might have attended coaching classes, DT, IDT, all that. You completed coaching completely, means you are okay. You're decent. You went classes were decent. You're satisfied with everything. Only thing you have to do is you just have to revise. Yeah, you have both the group. You are eligible for both the groups. You can plan for both the groups in the next 850 hours. But don't conclude. Don't jump into conclusion. If at all you're planning both the groups, okay, you write both the groups, boss. First, you finish group 1 revision. Thorough revision. First, focus only on group 1. Don't touch group 2 until you finish group 1. Hey man, write both the groups for November. It's okay. But first finish group 1 revision properly. Attain that confidence that yes, I can clear group 1. For example, by August end or maybe September first week, you got the confidence on group 1 that yes, today you put exam on group 1, any paper I will qualify. You got the confidence. Then start preparing group 2. I'm not denying to go with only, I'm not denying you from both the groups. I'm not saying you have to go with only single group. Both the groups only. But first, finish group 1 revision thoroughly. Get that confidence. Yes, I can clear group 1. Once you got that confidence, go with group 2. Prepare group 2. Suppose by any chance, even in the September mid also, even by the time September mid comes, exactly 1.5 months before exam, still group 1 itself you are working on. Getting it? Still group 1 is not completed. It will take almost up to October first week. Then the game is clear. Don't touch group 2. Sir, I paid exam form. I applied for both the groups are in exam form. It's okay, no problem. Group 2 you don't attend. No problem. Group 1 you attend. That's enough. Result will be declared only for group 1. Don't worry. Getting it? Group 2 you paid exam fee but not attended. Nothing gonna happen. Group 1 you paid and attended all the papers. No, that's enough. Group 1 result will be declared. Group 2 will be absent. That's it. Getting it? So this is how you have to plan. If at all you are planning for both the groups in the November, absolutely fine. Plan for both the groups. But first, one group related syllabus complete. By the way, yes sir, group 1 I will complete, sir. Should I, like, in group 1, whatever syllabus you are complete, don't cover 100% syllabus in every subject. Only 3/4 syllabus of every subject. I call it as 3/4 preparation strategy, which is a super strategy. I will discuss in few minutes now. I'll be discussing in few minutes now. Getting it? Now coming to the second category. Sir, I have not completed coaching and planning to go for coaching, or I'm planning to do self-study. Literally speaking, sir, though I gave an attempt in May, it was just a time pass, I can say. Like I'm not serious towards May. Now I want to sit and study seriously for November 24 exams. Then you are in this category. You must only focus on group 1. Sir, I have not taken any coaching, nothing, sir. It's okay. You have 850 hours of time. You can start from scratch. You know, CA final auditing, if you are able to spend 200 to 220 hours of time, including coaching, revision, everything, that's enough to score 60 plus. I will come up with a separate video on CA final audit preparation strategy. FR, if you are able to spend 300 hours of time, including coaching plus revision, more than enough. SFM, 250 to 300 hours of time, more than enough. So you're exactly having enough time so that you can take a quality faculty coaching classes. Don't believe in a faculty who is saying, take my 70 hours crash course, take my small short chat book, you will clear exam. Don't believe them. Only believe a faculty who is giving you right material with right content, right classes with a detailed explanation. Only that classes. Considering those classes only, I'm giving you 200 to 220 hours for audit, 300 hours for FR, 250 to 300 hours for SFM, some 50 to 100 hours margin is there. 850 hours of time you have. Getting it? So, single group, that too group 1 only, not even group 2. Now, there is another category of students who came from old scheme. Getting it? Who came from old scheme, cleared group 1 and don't have exemption in IBS paper in group 2. Getting it? So, in group 2, they typically have to follow, or they typically have to read all the 3 papers. So, group 1 they cleared already. Now, group 2 they have to write all the 3 papers. Now, for IBS, they already forgot whatever they read in old scheme, all the papers. Now what you have to do? There are many marathon videos which are available for every subject. Watch those marathon videos and open ICS study material just to give a single reading of the entire syllabus. You don't have choice. Wait, I'm not concluding here. I will tell you about the challenges in IBS paper. This 3/4 preparation strategy, I'll be telling you. Now, how this 3/4 preparation strategy is also one of the challenge for IBS paper, I'll tell you. Getting it? Like, so, this is the first thing. Like first, I think I clarified this. Now, ICA study material is must. Very, very important. Recently, whoever failed in group 1 audit, they all failed because they have never looked into ICA study material. They followed some faculty classes randomly whose material is 300 pages, 250 pages, short material, jaldi hota hai, and the result was fail. They failed so fast. I understand. There are many students who followed the same material and qualified. See, for everybody it will not work out. That's what I'm telling you. You have to see a probability analysis. So if I follow this material, will I fail or will I qualify? Where the chances are high, are the percentage of qualifying, the chances, that percentage is very high. If so, that medal is good. But if the percentage is 50-50, this medal is not complete, but it's easy. But the qualifying, however the paper comes, worst case paper comes, but I will fail it. If at all paper come very hard, extreme, root corner concepts that tested, this material will not work. In that case, don't touch. Why are you risky? Okay, if a faculty material is 300 pages, another faculty material is 450 pages, another faculty material is 500 pages, take the faculty material whose material contains 100% concepts. 100% each and everything they covered. At max, what happens? You may have to work extra 50 hours. Work on it. Why are you risking? Working 50 to 60 hours extra is better than waiting for another 6 months, right? Those who failed in the May exam would have realized it now. I would have worked for another 50 to 100 hours extra last time itself. Regret is so painful, I'm telling you. Getting it? Either work little bit extra now and feel grateful, or do not work this and feel regret later. Feeling grateful or regretful is in your hands. Work that 50-60 hours extra. Then go and succeed in exam, because you have high probability of success rate. A student who followed shortcut and a short material, for him the probability of success is definitely lower than the probability of success for you who is following a right material, right process. I always believe in probability analysis. Whatever task I'm going to take, I'll see where the probability is high. Accordingly, I'll select. That is what a conservative people, that is what a real, intelligent person does. Not always shortcuts work. Shortcuts may work, may do work, but in a tough scenario, they fail. So, choice is yours. So, and ICS study material is must. Like what? For example, suppose if at all any of you are following my audit material, you need not touch ICA material, because in my audit material, I've covered everything. For example, I'll just show you how I made my audit material. I will show you. This is useful for IBS exam also. In audit material index, we have given index of audit material in such a way, it is useful for IBS exam also. You see, this is my latest audit edition 25 materials. Absolutely useful for number 24 exams, May 25, number 25 even later. I'll just show you my notes. This is the notes which I'm going to use in the upcoming my new classes. This is completely a colored one. You see, I have given table of contents so detailed. You will find almost 4 pages table of content, 2 pages, where everywhere I have given breakup. Where which standard, which topic, everywhere I have given breakup. You see, like standard wise breakup I have given, just so that if a student, if at all you are having a breakup like this, at least it is easy for you to open the respective standard easily when you are writing IBS paper. Many students in the recent May exam who wrote IBS paper took my material and successfully wrote the audit paper and then came out. It's purely because the index is useful. Those who read from this, you can even see here concept wise breakup also I've given. You see here concept wise breakup also I've given. Getting it? So this material is going to be best. This is 579, some 15 pages, remove it, close to 565 pages. Okay, 560 pages, I can say 560 pages is what the main content is talking about. And I'm telling you, this material is a comprehensive material which covers 100% of the syllabus from ICA material. Choose materials like this. Just because if a faculty is giving a short material in 200-300 pages, don't jump into it. You are risking yourself very high. I know some of your seniors, some of your friends have qualified using that material, but I'm talking about, it's not about failure or qualifying. It's about the percentage, probability. Getting it? Many faculties, in order to promote their materials, degraded ICS study material. Many students are not looking at ICS study material. I always tell in my class, compare my material with ICS material. See if at all I ignore any concept, please let me know. I challenge students to figure out, is there any concept that I not covered in my material, which is there in ICS material, which I'm not covering in the class. Hardly anybody do this exercise. Getting it? They just want to increase their sales. They just want to tempt you for shortcuts, somehow make business out of it and go further. They not even care about you, whether you pass or fail. It's none of it. Obviously, even I also don't consider whether my student qualified or passed, because I gave every resource. But there must be some integrity. Ethics should be there, right? Did I give full resource to him? Did I give full material to him? Did I explain fully to him? If at all I'm ethical and complete on my part, I will not feel regret. Getting it? So please, whatever material you are following, simultaneously compare with ICS 10 material when you are preparing, at least once. When you're coaching, when you're attending for coaching class, compare the material once, simultaneously, side by side. Once you understood, yes, this material is perfect, whatever material you're following, then throw ICS material, not required. Most of the questions in exams are coming from ICS study material, man. But remember, just because ICS study material problems alone you solve directly, you can't qualify, because this thing can be there. For every question, whatever question in FR, whatever question in AFM, whatever question in audit, whatever the way they twist, the point, the logic, that is explained in ICS study material in concept part. For sure, for every adjustment that is tested in FR, for every adjustment that is tested in DT, for every adjustment that is tested in IDT, for every case scenario asked in audit, you can find concept reference in ICA book. You may not find it as a direct question, but you will find a concept reference at least. Many outside private faculty books, they are removing concepts itself. That's why the student is blank in the exam ultimately. When he open the question paper and read, when I read this concept, where is this particular point is from, which chapter it is being asked? Because concepts are skipped. In ICA study materials, cross-check whether all the concepts are covered in your favorite faculty material or not. If at all your favorite faculty material, they are not covering those concepts, means they are cheating you. They say it is not important. How come you said it is not important? And many students, foolishly, they are looking at trend analysis, all that. Trend analysis, concept-wise exam question analysis. Why is that required? What are you going to do? You say you open trend analysis, every chapter some question will be there in some of the attempt. Next attempt, which chapter institute is planning to leave, which chapters they are going to ask, how do you find out? Sir, ethics always 15 marks questions come, sir. Obviously, man. Ethics is 150 pages, man, out of 1000 pages material. 15% syllabus is ethics only. Obviously, marks also will be 15 marks. Sir, audit reporting 15 to 20 marks will be there, sir, every time. Yes, 150 pages material. Audit report also. The number of marks in exam is generally directly proportionate to number of pages it has in the ICS study material. Go and cross check if you want. Mostly this formula will match. Now tell me, what is the use of trend analysis? Why trend analysis you are doing? Okay, audit report every time 10 marks is coming. So important. Foolish. Trend analysis is a game played by everybody. You see, I never talk about trend analysis. You will not even find in my material trend analysis reference. Only foolish will keep that. What I always tell, 3/4 preparation strategy. If at all you want to reduce your burden, sir, I cannot study 100% syllabus, sir. What should I do now? Consider people like us also. 3/4 preparation strategy. What is a 3/4 preparation strategy? For example, in audit, I will tell you. In CA final audit, I will tell you how 3/4 preparation strategy works out and how this strategy is slightly challenging for IBS paper. That also I will tell you. What is 3/4 preparation strategy? I'll take audit, CA final audit example itself. In CA final audit, we are going to get 140 marks. How? 120 marks in audit paper, 20 marks minimum in IBS paper. That's how CA final audit paper is going to be 140 marks. And by the way, now, okay, let me take a breakup of this. Out of 120 is in P3 and remaining 20 marks is as part of P6. Correct? Now in this 120 marks P3, I always tell my students to leave certain chapters. For example, I tell my students to leave digital audit always, because that's a lengthy chapter, 5 marks weightage only or maximum 7 marks. Most trickiest chapter. They talk about artificial intelligence, blockchain technology, robotic process automation, automations, different types of automations, so much of new technologies they talk. It's complete ridiculous syllabus. It's not that easy to understand unless a student worked in Big Four consulting firms under IS audit department. Only a student who worked in IS audit department or extreme internal audit works he did in that too in Big Four consulting firms. Only he can understand and visualize this chapter. Rest of the students, they just read the sentences, something they understand, they try to mug up. Another chapter is sustainable development goals, environment governance audit. That one, that is also they talk about complete climate change, global climate policies, all that useless chapter. These two and few more chapters like internal audit, not internal audit, investigation. I tell people to leave, getting it, and I will come up with a separate video for November attempt. I already gave a video already for the May attempt. Similar chapters only you can. Risk assessment and internal control, audit strategy chapter. So these are some chapters. For example, I always ask them to leave. Remaining chapters, 100% you should study. No choice in that. Sir, ABC analysis. Never follow that ABC analysis. ABC analysis is most dangerous approach. Right now you see in the May attempt itself, you are having 19 chapters in CA final audit. You are tested from 16 chapters. In the descriptive itself, not 16, 15 chapters. In the recent descriptive paper, CA final audit, out of 19, 15 chapters were tested. So hardly remaining 4 chapters. No, I heard from students saying MCQs also came. Typically all the 19 chapters are being tested. So what I tell, leave few chapters which occupy 30 marks to 40 marks weightage, maximum worst scenario. Remaining 80 marks of the paper to 90 marks of the paper is in your hand. This remaining 80 to 90 marks portion, whatever chapters is there, 100% you should study. What will happen if you study like this? From these chapters, even if a C category question comes, doesn't matter for you because you studied that chapter 100%, you can answer well. That is 3/4 strategy. If you follow 3/4 syllabus strategy, 3/4 syllabus means out of 19 chapters, some 5-6 chapters you eliminate. Remaining chapters you study 100%. Don't ignore even a single line in that. Definitely, I'm telling you, whatever the paper toughness it could be, you will qualify in that paper with the 50+ marks minimum. Exemption also is possible. Getting it? So this is what 3/4 preparation strategy means. Now, if you prepare 3/4 strategy where 1/4 you are leaving, sir, 1/4 how can I leave, sir? Don't leave, man. I'll tell you one thing. First you finish this, prepare it completely, revise it completely, get a confidence that whatever question comes, this priority 1 chapters I can answer. Get that confidence. You have time now. Still exam is long away. Like you have so much of time. Then cover these also if you don't want to leave. But covering this half, this chapter half, this chapter half, this chapter half, every chapter half only you covered. Highly risky. Getting it? Now in this 3/4 strategy, you are leaving some 1/4 chapters, 3/4 chapters only you are studying. What if in the IBS paper remaining 1/4 related questions comes? That's why when you are listening classes, listen 100% of the classes. But when you are revising, revise only 3/4 syllabus. Why you have to listen 100% of the classes? So that when you are writing IBS paper, if at all remaining 1/4 related questions came in IBS paper, anyhow you heard the class, you know where it is. It's an open book exam. Open it and write. Easy. When you are listening classes, listen 100% syllabus. But for any individual paper appearance in exam, 3/4 of that particular subject related chapters you study. This is the strategy you should adopt for November 2024 exams. You have to be clever. Think and act. Don't blindly jump into just because others are doing it. And one more important thing, never join test series or revision exams. Attend study hours. Go study halls. Have a group to study. Mock test is very important, but every week going and writing exam is dangerous. First study, man. First prepare the entire 3/4 syllabus. Get confidence first. Studied 1 chapter, immediately going and writing exam on the chapter. Why? What's the use? You studied, no? You don't you understand without writing weekend exam? Don't you understand whether you studied well or not? Now immediately you may say, sir, if I write exam, I'll understand better. Okay, after writing exam, what you will be doing? Suppose you didn't write well, what you will be doing? Will you be coming back and reading the chapter again? No. You are going and focusing on the second week exam. Then what is the point of writing this weekend exam, revision exam, test series? You're writing exam to understand whether you studied well or not. Suppose that exam you didn't perform well, are you coming back and studying? No. You're studying immediately the second week related one. So you're simply writing exam for a formality sake. So don't do that. Getting it? I think I have covered all the points. Put comments of whatever the queries you're having. By the way, some students are asking some administrative queries. Administrative means, sir, should I write SPOM, self-paced module, set C, set D? That question some people are asking. Honestly, I don't have clarity on that. I also have to go through the entire that questionnaire which is released by ACA. Please, you go through with that. Ask me related to preparation process, strategies, all that. If at all I find many comments related to preparation comes, I will compile it and do a video maybe after a week or 10 days. Getting it? Do well. Keep a note of all these points. Don't go for shortcuts because it's highly risky. Go with the right process because it is least risky. All the very best. Do well.